If you've ever opened a medical bill and thought, but I went where my insurance told me to go, you're not alone. This is one of the most common and the most frustrating situations people face in healthcare, and it often hits people who did everything they were supposed to do. Today, I want to explain why this happens, what in-network actually means, and the one question that can protect you before care happens, not after the bill arrives. This is especially important if you're a caregiver or someone who suddenly found yourself advocating for a loved one without any training or preparation. Let's break this down in plain language. What most people think in-network means is if my doctor's in network and the hospital's in network, then the visit is covered. That assumption makes sense and it's logical, but unfortunately, it's not complete. Healthcare does not work as one connected system. It's more like a collection of separate businesses that happen to operate under the same roof. Insurance doesn't explain this clearly, and they don't warn you automatically when something is out of network. So people find out after care happens, when the bill arrives. So how is healthcare actually billed? Well, here's the part that surprises most people. Every piece of your care is billed separately. That includes the doctor you scheduled with, the facility where you were seen, the lab that processed your blood work, the imaging center that read your scan, even a specialist your doctor called in, but you have never met. So each of those entities has its own contract or no contract with your insurance. So what happens? Your doctor can be in network, your hospital can be in network, but the lab or specialist may not be. And if one piece is out of network, insurance can cover less, deny coverage entirely, or shift the cost to you. This is how people end up being blindsided, not because they were careless, but because the system is fragmented. So why doesn't insurance warn you? Well, this is a question people ask a lot. Why didn't my insurance company tell me I wasn't in network? And the honest answer is insurance does not proactively manage this for you. Insurance expects you to ask. They assume you know how to navigate a system that most people were never taught to understand. There's no automatic alert that says, oh, by the way, the lab your doctor uses, it's out of network. There's no pop-up warning when a specialist gets involved. That responsibility quietly falls on the patient or the caregiver. It's unfair, but this really is the reality that we're working with today. So there's one question that matters the most, and it can make a big difference. Before care happens, before tests, procedures, or hospital stays, ask this question. Is everyone involved in this visit in network? Not just is the doctor in network, not just is the hospital covered, but everyone involved. And here's how to make that question work for you. Ask your insurance company directly. Ask again if new tests are ordered. Write down names and write down when you spoke with these people. It can feel maybe a little uncomfortable. It can feel repetitive, but if you are being pleasantly persistent, we're not being rude here. We're just asking, hey, can I take your name in case I need to refer back? That is perfectly fine. But asking before care happens is far easier than fighting a bill afterward. So let's reframe self-advocacy. And I want to say this clearly. You're not being difficult. This isn't being distrustful, and you are not overreacting. This is being financial responsible for you, for yourself, for your finances in a system that doesn't protect you at all. Healthcare is complicated, insurance is complicated, But asking questions is not a character flaw, it's a skill. And the more questions you ask, the better care you're going to get. The more prepared you are, the less you'll be caught off guard. So if you want to compare in-network and out-of-network costs, there are tools that help. One example is the Fair Health Consumer website, and I'll put that link in the description below. It is has a tool on it. It's a free tool. It lets you compare typical costs, lets you see reasonable charge ranges. Look up CPT billing codes. I don't know if you have noticed, but insurance companies are getting away from sharing the CPT billing codes in your explanation of benefits. So that's something to be aware of and can catch a lot of errors and overbilling issues. So these tools don't fix the system, but they do give you leverage, and leverage matters. If there's one thing I want you to take away from this video, it's this. Unexpected medical bills are not always the result of bad choices. Often they're just the result of missing information, things you didn't know you needed to ask, but now you do. So, one clear question, if you ask it early, can just change everything. And you deserve transparency. This is your health care. You deserve clarity. And you deserve to understand what you're being asked to pay for. You already pay an insurance premium. I know when I had to go to the doctor and I had to pay this big bill, I'm like, what is up with this? I pay for insurance. What is the insurance paying? You need to be on top of it. And I hope that this video helped you. Share this with somebody who's navigating care right now, especially caregivers who didn't choose this role, but stepped into it anyway. And remember, advocacy isn't about fighting, it's about asking the right questions at the right time. If you like this video, please like and subscribe so we can continue our work here, and check the description below for some free tools that I have for you, including the Fair Health Consumer website.